Hey Scoubi fans! Today we're going to do a walkthrough of the Scoubi Club box stitch and round stitch instruction guide. If you received one of our kits and you need a little bit more help with the instructions, then you are in the right place. With the box stitch or the round stitch, you can make a project similar to this one, and this kit came with a little waving happy cat. And you'll notice the areas of one color are using the box stitch, and the areas with diagonal lines are using the round stitch. So you can do your project with all box stitch or all round stitch, or you can alternate the stitches to get a project similar to this. So let's look at our instruction guide. Getting started is the hardest part, so we want to make sure that you're comfortable with all of the steps to get started. To start the round stitch or the box stitch, the initial steps are exactly the same. So you're going to start your project by selecting one of your strands of Scoubi, and you'll put the ends together and hold that in one hand, and then hold the other end with your other finger so you can find about the center. It doesn't have to be perfect, but that's a quick way to do that. If you look at figure 1, you'll see that I'm using my left hand, but if the right hand's more comfortable for you, you can use that. And I start out with both ends towards me and the Scoubi wrapped over the left index finger, but do it for whatever way is comfortable for you. So take the one that is behind your index finger and flip it over and under. So you'll see now we've created 2 loops. So in step 2, all we do is take the second strand and feed it underneath the 2 loops. And again, you kind of want to find the middle so you can match up the ends just to make sure you're close. You just don't want to be too far off. In step 3, take the left end of the Scoubi and pass it over the first loop and under the second loop. Just like that. And kind of pull it through. All right, and then you'll repeat this with the right end. So hold that one in your hand and go over the first, under the second. All right, so you should have something that kind of looks like maybe a pound sign with your 4 ends. So at this point, you should be close to step 4. So what you'll do is gently remove your finger and hold one color of each strand in each hand, and then slowly pull until you see a checkerboard pattern form. And that's how you start both the box stitch and the round stitch with 2 strands of Scoubi. At this point, you can add your lanyard hook if you'd like to, otherwise you can wait till the end. And what I generally do is open it up like this, and then just slip it under the loop that's there for you. And that's that. You'll open up your instruction sheet and you'll see the instructions for the box stitch. So we're going to work on that first. In step 1, you'll notice that checkerboard pattern again. So you want to start with that facing up. And you can hold it however is comfortable for you. Then take the bottom left hand strand of Scoubi, in my case it's green, and flip it away from you and line it up with itself on the other side, creating a loop. Then we'll do the same thing for the right. Flip that towards you and line that up. So here you should have 2 loops of the same color. Okay, so you want to hold on to that however is comfortable for you. So you can start either here or here. I'm going to start with the right hand lavender and go over the first, under the second, and then the left-hand lavender over the first, under the second. You want to check and make sure you don't get any twists in your material. So this is how it should look. The 2 loops you made with the green and the 2 loops you made with the lavender. So again, you'll pull gently until you see the checkerboard pattern. Okay, so let's do another couple so you can feel comfortable with how that looks. Now let's look at the round stitch, and the steps are very similar to the box stitch, but just with a small twist. So I'm going to show you on this one, but you don't have to do the box stitch on yours. You can start with the starting checkerboard. It doesn't matter, however you want to do it. So you start in the same way with the checkerboard pattern on top and facing you. And last time we took this one and went directly across. This time we're going to start at the bottom left and go to the top right, so making a diagonal loop. And same thing with the top right to the bottom left. Again, take the lavender on the left, go to the right, and the right, and go to the left. Okay, and same situation, you want to pull them until you see a checkerboard pattern. I'll do a few more. Continue with the box stitch, the round stitch, or a combination of these stitches until your project is the desired length. Once it's the length that you would like, this is how you'll end it. And this finishing technique is the same for the box stitch and the round stitch. So we'll hold this as in everything else we do with the checkerboard pattern up. And you want to do one more stitch. So box stitch or round stitch, whichever you'd like. But I'm doing the box stitch here. Instead of pulling it until you see the checkerboard, you want to do kind of a loose checkerboard pattern. And now you'll take any strand, it doesn't matter, and put it around the one closest to it of the same color and up through the middle. We'll repeat this with all of the strands, and this same technique works for almost any Scoubi project that you'll do in this kind of lanyard style. You can also just tie a knot in all your strings. You can finish it with beads. There's lots you can do. So this is just one option. So when you get to here, you'll see we're kind of bunched up. Just pull gently on your strings until your knot starts to form. I kind of try to pull one at a time so you can see which ones are still too long. until your knot looks the way that you would like it. And it's kind of nice because the ends come straight down the middle, and it makes a nice finish for your project. Well, I hope this walkthrough was helpful. If you haven't already subscribed to Scoubi Club, you can do so on either Etsy or Cratejoy. We have videos on YouTube, or check us out on Pinterest, Facebook, TikTok, or Instagram. Thank you guys for watching, and happy Scooby!